Welcome back, everybody. It is the Conway and Whitman Show. We're live at 97.1 Free FM. I don't know if you saw this in the news, little buddy, but in the year 2050, how far is that off?
Is that 42 years away?
42 years from now.
43 years from now.
How old will you be in 43 years? I'll be dead.
I'll be dead, too. But
we'll both be dead.
Yeah, I would be 78, but I'm not going to.
I would be 87, but I think I'll be 86.
I think I'll be right there with you.
But it says here, the forecast is that around 2050,
right,
the state of Massachusetts will be the first jurisdiction to legalize marriage with robots.
No, that's crazy talk.
You can actually marry a robot, they say, in about 40 to 45 years from now.
Right. Somebody's just speculating about that.
Yeah, but the group that's doing this speculated about the internet, about the modern car.
So they have a track record.
Space travel, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So in 2050, 43 years from now, the kids are just growing up now. I feel like 2 or 3 years old. By the time you're wait to get married until you're 50, and you can marry a robot. And you can program that robot to do everything a wife does.
Right.
And vice versa, a husband.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, you won't get any emotion or you won't get any, really, you can't get any love from a computer. I mean,
maybe you can by then, Maybe the computer or the robot is so advanced that it can tell when you're sad, it has sensors, or it can tell when you're mad or happy.
Yeah, I guess that...
And maybe enough information can be put in it to say, hey, Brian, you seem a little down. Was it that whole Tom Likas thing today? And then you can respond to it.
Right. Right. Respond to a computer at 2050.
You could have coffee while it sits there. It doesn't need coffee. You could drink in front of it. You could cry to it.
Right, but I would want it
You could really be emotional in front of it, and it wouldn't judge you.
Right, but I would want it to have something, I mean, if I was going to sit there and have a cup of coffee like I do on the weekend and, have like a piece of Danish or something, I mean, I would want the computer to have something, not just sit there, and...
It doesn't need anything.
Yeah, but that's not like a real person, It's not, I understand that, they're on the face of it, oh, that's great, it would never give you a problem.
It could come on to you.
Yeah, I don't think it really could, though. Could it really?
Yeah, I think it could. I mean, if it's a female robot...
Could you program it to come on to you?
Well, you wouldn't have to. It would sense when you needed it.
Oh, okay.
And it would come on to you. But what if that sensor was wrong and you weren't into it and the thing ended up raping you? Would you get rid of it?
No, I mean, I probably wouldn't. I mean, if it raped me like in my kitchen or something.
Right. It tackled you. It's about 12,000 pounds, so it held you down and had sex with you.
Right.
Would you feel that you...
Right. I wouldn't like it, obviously. I mean, I can't imagine...
Would you trade it in for another model?
I would have to check it. I mean, it would obviously be something wrong with that system. I mean, you would have
Would it bother you if that robot came into the bathroom while you were going number 2?
Yes, I would have to shut the door. See, it would be like
But that robot could come through the door. It's big.
Yeah, see, I don't want that. I don't want that. Breaking doors down and, raping me in the kitchen... I mean, I don't,
Well, then go for a more expensive model.
Yeah, I couldn't be into that. I mean, I understand on the face of it why it might, be kind of cool, but...
Would you rather...
Like me in my shorts and my gray shorts, and I'm standing there, and it comes up behind me and pulls my
shorts... Pulls your shorts down and...
Yeah, get off
starts to, it puts those big claws on your butt.
Right, and it's making noise, because it's a robot, so it makes computer-generated noise, and you have to, it's like clinking around.
It sleeps with you?
Yeah, I'm not into that.
You wouldn't like it?
I don't think so, no. I think I would pass on that.
But she wouldn't have any problems, this robot. She would not have her period. She couldn't get pregnant.
Right, so you couldn't have children with it.
Yeah, and you could take her out to dinner, and she wouldn't eat, so it's just dinner for one. It's cheaper.
Well, right, but I mean, but you couldn't converse with it. I mean, could the...
Sure, I think you could by then.
But wouldn't you have to program... I mean, a real savvy computer guy would know the answer to this, but I would suspect him, if you wanted to converse with it, with that computer, that robot, you would have to program in all of the conversation.
No, you wouldn't. It would detect, it would have pre-programmed all the words in the English language, and then by you telling it, you go, I just, I think I'm coming down with a cold, and then it would pick up on coming down cold, and it would give you
a response.
Here's what you should do, and it would tell you.
I would like for it to tell me to go rest then. For it to say to me, well, then go relax.
But what if you had one? Let's say you had one, and it eventually became adapted to who you are.
And I'm how old now? I mean, let's set
you're in your 70s.
Oh, all right. All right.
And the robot became like a real bitch, and you really couldn't get rid of it, because you paid a lot for it,
right?
And there's nowhere to. And it was having sex with you when you didn't want it. It was making fun of you. There is a downside.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. I mean, again, with human beings, with human interaction, there's enough.
And how about this? How about the robot catching you cheating on her with like another robot,
or with, God forbid, a human?
Or with a human being, and then like tearing that human being apart in front of you,
right?
Limb by limb, ripping that human to pieces right in front of you
with the strength of a steel.
Right, and you couldn't call the cops because they're not going to arrest the robot.
And they could shoot it, but it wouldn't go down.
Yeah, it would just deflect all the bullets and then kill the cops.
Yeah, I think it would I think you'd really be setting the stage for a real fireworks at the house. I would have to pass on all of these opportunities. I mean, I think the way you set it up. It's real dicey potentially back at the house. Like it? Nah, I think I'd rather be alone.
What would you be less into? It tackling you and forcing you to have sex with it, or it walking in on you while you're taking a dump, smashing through the door?
Yeah, I would prefer the rape.
But if it's a robot, why couldn't it be in the same room as you? Maybe it could actually help you out once you're done.
No, I don't need any help with that.
It's 78. You don't know.
Right, God forbid, Yeah, I don't think I'll be suffice to say, I don't think I'll be around at 78. But if I needed some help with that, oh God, I would.
Maybe. How about this?
I would hate that. I would hate to need help with that. Oh.
Do you think gay guys would get gay robots then, or male robots?
Well, sure. I would assume that you would get whatever suits you. I mean, the robot that you hooked up with would be one that would suit you and your desires and all of that.
Would you be pissed if let's say you spent $200,000 on a robot?
Well, it's a crazy price.
But let's say you spent it. All right, by then you're a billionaire. You got all your radio money, and your fallen angels have all got wings and everything's taken off for you, right?
Right.
All right. Let's say you have that kind of money. You spend couple hundred grand on a robot, and then you get it home. It's all happening. Everything is great.
Yeah.
And then you go to want to have sex with it, and the robot tells you no.
Jesus Christ.
Right, shuts me down.
She's not in the mood. Would you be pissed?
Well, yeah. I mean, for spending that kind of money, yeah.
But she just wants to talk to you about it.
No. I would say this is the way it is with human beings. You're non-human.
Would you
be getting laid?
Would you argue with the robot?
Well, yeah. I mean, if given the scenario you just painted, I mean, with all that money, putting out all that money for it, yeah, I might argue with it.
Would you take it out of the house? Would you travel with it?
Well, I guess if it were
would you marry it?
If it was your companion,
would you marry a robot?
I wouldn't. I can't imagine I would, but you're saying this article says that in 2050 or 2045 or what is it, 2050?
2050.
Yeah, that's the way society is going to advance to the point where people will have for companions. I mean, literally have robots for companions. I can't imagine that. But
what will happen to women, though, if guys have robots?
Well, will
they become extinct?
It would seem to me that there would be robots for the women, too, right? I mean, if you had like a...
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to afford them, maybe.
Well, maybe not. But if you had like a...
Guys wouldn't get married anymore because they can get married to a robot for $200,000, right? Then if they hated the robot, they could trade it with one of their friends for their robot.
Exactly.
And they wouldn't have to pay any alimony.
Never.
And they wouldn't have to pay any child support.
That's right.
And you could go out for $20 for dinner instead of $40. You wouldn't have to pay for her.
Right, but why would you take it out if it wasn't going to eat? I mean, really, that's the thing.
But to talk to it, it talks.
Yeah, I would want it to eat
something.
And
when it's drunk, it could carry you out of the bar.
Oh, well, okay.
And then you could literally, like, let's say you wanted your friend had a black robot, and you were into black robots, right?
Right.
And he was like, he's tired of the black robot. He wants the tan or the brown robot.
Yeah, right, sure. Okay.
You could trade.
Okay.
Would you be comfortable having sex with somebody else's robot?
Well, I mean, obviously, no. I mean, if there was, you have to work all that out. There'd have to be permission for all of that. But now, let me ask you something. Are we talking about a robot that looks like a human being?
Yes.
Okay. Because while we were discussing this, I'm picturing in my mind.
It's not like a computer. It's not like a box,
right,
like a terminal.
I'm picturing Rosie from the Jetsons.
No, this is not Rosie from the Jetsons.
Okay.
This is a hot model.
Right. Okay. But is not. But like
you might have the hottest robot. The hotter robots will be more expensive.
Mm-hmm. And like that TV show Small Wonder,
it won't talk like that. It'll talk in a nice, normal human voice.
But it will look human. I mean,
yeah, it'll look human. It'll smell human.
Yeah.
It might wear tennis shorts
and flip flops.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the way to go.
Well, it might be the wave of the future. I mean, certainly.
But then again, I ask you.
Yeah.
What happens to women then?
Right. They become obsolete.
Do they become extinct?
No, they can't become extinct because obviously you want it in order to procreate.
Right.
I mean, if the human race was still around, I mean, I don't think...
Are they pushed out of every big town and they have to live in the desert?
Well, potentially. I mean, women would really have to think long and hard about how they would sustain their future.
Yes.
Given this competition.
Right. How would they do it, though? How would they adapt?
They would have
to become better than the robot.
Or more like the robot.
Look at that. Or more likable than the robot.
Ultimately.
That would be the competition.
They'd want to be chosen by the man in question.
All right, here are the phone numbers. Anybody have any suggestions on this? This might be the way to go, gang. 520-9710 and 888-520-9710. It looks like 50 years from now, or shorter than that, 43 years from now, we're possibly going to have robots and live with robots. Women will be robots. And you could have, your pick of the litter. Now they might be expensive.
Oh boy!
They might be in the, in the 40s, 40,000, 50,000. I bet even more than that.
Well, probably you get it, but like cars, I mean, you'd probably be able to lease them and stuff like that. You'd be able to get, a good deal on one.
Right. But how much would you spend? I mean, if she was beautiful, she smelled good, she enjoyed you, she liked your impersonations.
Well, I don't know that I'd still be doing those at 70. I mean, Tim, please. I mean, you paint a picture of me, the really, some, sort of hack, 70 years old, schlepping around the house, still doing this.
You're still doing it.
I would want to, I don't know.
Would you spend $100,000?
I can't imagine spending that much money. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, if you didn't have a companion.
And let's say you got married. Let's say you're married with kids. Would your wife be pissed if you left for a robot?
Yeah. Well,
why? You're not leaving her for another human being.
Well, that's just it to me. The robot would lack, this emotion and would lack all of the human characteristics, so I don't think it could be a suitable companion for a human. I don't think you'd have to show me. You'd have to show me in real life, that a computer could interact with you and be like a human companion. I'm not sold on that premise.
Right, but do you think that only the wealthy guys would be able to, enjoy one?
At first, and
then they'd come down like everything else,
like cell phones did, and all of that. At first it was only Betamax machines or VCRs. At first it was only Do
you think there'll be orgies where every guy brings his robot?
In some communities, I'm sure that would happen. Yeah.
Would that happen with you?
Well, I would.
Would you get very jealous of the robot?
I don't think so. No.
Do you think if you were married to a robot, it would ever leave you? Because it just got tired of you?
No, I think that would be the appeal, that you would program it so it would like you. I mean,
but I'm saying, do you think even a robot is willing to say, "I'm out"?
Well, I mean, if it were to say it to anyone, it would be me. I'm sure.
Would that be the end of the road for you?
Yeah,
it would be.
Absolutely. What if the robot kind of rolls up to me? Does it walk like a human, or does it kind of roll?
No, it walks like a human being.
Right. And just says we have to talk.
Right.
And then says, I love you and I'll always love you, but I'm not in love with you. Yeah.
She takes her power pack and walks out and puts herself in the trash, and the trash guy picks her up.
That'd be sad. That'd be sad. I'd try to put the power pack back in her. I'd say, come on, don't go. Just put this in. Hold steady. And clip this on your back.
Right. Hey, let's talk to a Richie here. I think he's got one. Richie, you're on 97.1. How are you?
Hey, man, how are you?
All right, dude.
This whole time, I'm just picturing Rosie, even before he said it, I'm just picturing Rosie from the Jetsons.
No, these are going to be hot. These are going to look more like Jackie Johnson.
Just the idea of, like, a massive, like, silver box.
Nah, get out of here. You guys got to get out. You guys got to get out of the 21st century.
No, but that's what he was thinking, too. That's it. It's the way I would...
And it was an amazing image. It was just like that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah. All right, buddy. We thank you for calling. Jeff in Simi Valley, you're on 97.1.
You guys crack me up. This is great. You know what I was thinking is the Austin Powers she-bots. Now, that would be a fun time.
Oh, yeah. That's what it would be.
It's a similar concept, right?
Yeah. All right, buddy. We thank you for calling. Sean in Pasadena, you're on 97.1.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
So I'm actually working on this technology and have been for the last few years.
Good for you.
Yeah, so if you guys...
Well, what are you doing calling talk radio? Get back to work.
I'm actually going back right now. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything...
When do you think it'll happen?
The hard part is not the conversation. That's really easy, and that's been done for a while. The tricky part is being able to walk around and things like that. Getting a robot to walk on two legs is a really hard thing to do. I work with the conversation part, and that's actually pretty easy to do. You can pretty easily...
Are you guys pretty close to having the robot think for itself?
Absolutely. You would be shocked. You'd be shocked at what they can pull off. And honestly, if you put a guy with a robot that can talk, it's pretty easy to tell a guy what he wants to hear and get him pretty entertained.
Is that right? Could they?
Yeah.
Can you get him to cook yet?
No, again, just conversation. But you know, when you think about it, I mean, if you go to Tokyo, you drive up to a McDonald's and all the food is made for you by the machines.
Can you get him to clean?
I would think so. I mean, you've got the Roomba, little automated robots and stuff. I just work with the conversation. But, yeah, I mean, all that stuff exists. Just look in Japan, in Tokyo. They've got, robots.
All right, well, back to work with you, Shawnee.
All right.
All right, take care of yourself, dude.
Oh, so he's actually paving the way, that guy. I mean, he's really, hard at work trying to make this a reality.
Yeah, for guys like you and I, or at least you.
Yeah. Sure.
Dan in Palmdale, you're on 97.1.
What's going on, Timmy?
Nothing.
Hey, I want to throw something into this mix. What if we can make them look like, TV stars? Because I think that would really make men, go gaga.
Yeah, all right. Very interesting guy out there, probably sitting in that too much traffic. Julio in Burbank, you're on the air.
Hey, how you all doing?
Not bad.
The Japanese walking robot, I think his name is Asimo. And there's a few generations of him, like the ones that they always show, like it's made by Honda.
Right, I saw that, yeah.
The ones that they have now blow everything into the water as ex-biology.
Right. Hey, how about this? Would you get twin robots and have like a 2-on-1?
Well, I mean, again, you're getting, all the scenarios that you're creating. I guess technology would make it possible, but I think we're putting the cart before the horse here.
Robert in Anaheim, you're on 97.1.
Hey, Brian, Tim, how you guys doing?
Oh, not bad.
Dude, you guys are hilarious. I just wanted to call you guys up and say thank you for making me laugh like crazy. And got to say, Tom Likas is a blowhard. Brian, I think your Tom Likas is way better.
Than Tom?
Yeah.
Right, then the real,
all right, thanks,
okay,
buddy.
all right.
Wow, it's a compliment.
Yeah.
Your Tom is better than Tom?
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
How about that?
All right, I think Malibu Dan's going to join us in the next hour.
Oh,
yeah, look at that. Malibu Mondays. Always nice to hear from that guy. He's got his kid with him at 10 o'clock on a Monday. That can't be a good sign. Find out what's going on with that guy. Malibu Dan, man.
Yeah, man.
It's Conway and Whitman live at 97.1 Free FM.